It's over. Boston College wins all the way.
It's a touchdown for Miami.
Looking for the end zone. Touchdown. Corey Holt. Johnson's there. Touchdown.
And there's Orange in the end zone.
One of the biggest plays in Duke history.
A moment of magic.
I'm Jeff Fischel. Tonight, Virginia Tech and Georgia Tech meet in Atlanta. It's a chance to see if Logan Thomas can make the big plays on the national stage. Now, back when he was redshirting and as a freshman, he certainly saw Tyrod Taylor make a few. Arguably, Taylor's greatest magic act was what he pulled off in the fourth quarter against Nebraska. Here we go. September 19th, 2009. Nebraska invades Lane Stadium. Sean McDonough and Matt Millen have the call. It's ACC Throwback here on the ACC Digital Network, brought to you by Ruby Tuesday.
If you're just joining us, you've come in at a good time. Good game, 1-point game. Virginia Tech leads. Nebraska ball. First and 15. In their own 36, Zach Lee, a shovel pass. Roy Halou breaks tackles. Has a first down across midfield. Out of bounds at the Virginia Tech 46, chased out by Cody Grimm, the son of Russ Grimm, the former Washington Redskin Hog, an all-pro offensive lineman, and now associate head coach of the Arizona Cardinals.
Now, Roy Halou, they didn't get him going early in the running game. That Virginia Tech defense kind of took it away. So what they do, they got to get the ball into this guy's hands. And so they just flip it to him underneath, just like a long handoff, but it puts him out in space and he can do what he does.
Nebraska's running game really kicked into gear the middle of last season, and it's Halou leading the way. They were running back by committee for much of last year. Here he goes. And again, it's Grimm forced to take him across the boundary at the 26-yard line. That's a 20-yard run and another first down for Nebraska, now poised to take the lead.
Yeah, watch Halou. He stays behind, nice patience, and watch the move right there on Carmichael. And Rashad Carmichael's a good player, and so is Roy Halou. A little shake, jumps back inside, and Cody Grimm pushes him out of bounds.
There's a junior from Danville, California, in the Bay Area. First two drives, nothing. The last couple, Nebraska crisply on the move. Eddie Whitley up from the secondary to put the hit on Halou after a gain to the 23, a pickup of 3 yards. 8 minutes to go now, first half.
Got forced outside to Whitley, but this kid right here, Cody Grimm, you mentioned he's Russ's son. That is one heck of a football player. He's got great instincts. He has great movement. What he doesn't have is great size. He's a little guy. You can see 5'11", 200 pounds. But this kid is always around the football. You put that tape on, 26 is everywhere.
And Bud Foster said he's a baller, which is the ultimate compliment. Good throw by Lee. He's another baller. Guy who knows how to play the game, get every bit out of his ability. Grimm again made the tackle, this time on the very talented tight end, Mike McNeil.
You know, we were talking about earlier about the young linebackers and how they're not seeing things, they don't feel things. That has never been a problem for Cody Grimm. There's Big Russ, played against Russ, is a great player, was in the all-decade team of the 80s, 4-time Pro Bowler, but big reason of why they won Super Bowls up there in Washington. Very, very smart player, and his son's the same way.
Russ played on 3 Super Bowl winners. Here's a big third down for Nebraska. Place they've stopped in deep penetrations to settle for a field goal. Lee has some running room. Throws, caught, first down, inside the 5. Rich Burkhead, the true freshman running back, lunged down to the 3-yard line. Great poise by Lee. First and goal, Nebraska.
You said it. That is right on Zach Lee. This is great awareness, knowing where the line of scrimmage is, stays patient. Now he starts to run. He draws the coverage in. See, Cody Grimm comes in, and then he just dumps it back. Very well done by Zach Lee.
He was not highly recruited out of high school in San Francisco at the City College of San Francisco, where he played baseball. And joined the football team. The Huskers found him there. On first and goal, Lee keeps, puts his head down, gets a yard, and then is driven back by Barkwell Rivers. There's his dad, Bob Lee, as we mentioned, longtime NFL quarterback. For a while, the athletic director at the University of the Pacific. Now in real estate in San Francisco, and Zach said he's been a great influence throughout Zach's life. Not one of those guys who forced football on Zach, but has been a great resource. 2nd and goal from the 2. Play action pass. Lee has to throw it away.
Got pressured again by who? Cody Grimm. The kid has, tell you, every time you look up, I don't want to get effusive with Cody Grimm, but these guys are rare. Guys who just have a great feel for the game, great instincts. They play with their eyes and then they react really well. They don't make poor decisions, or rarely make them.
He was 3rd on their team in tackles last year and only started 1 game. At 7.5 sacks at his size. Former walk-on. Now on scholarship at Virginia Tech. The defense, they have one more big play. 3rd and goal. Lee with time. Zings one incomplete. It was well covered along the boundary by Rashad Carmichael. Intended for Niles Paul. And once again, the drive stalls, and they settle for the field goal try from Alex Henry.
See, Lee knew that he had man-to-man out there, and he was going to get that. And he knew where he had to go with it, and his dad knew exactly, but, of course, he saw a couple of fouls there that nobody else saw. It's a good series by Zach Lee.
And now Henry knew that was going to be good. He's just about automatic from inside 50 yards. 17 straight now from under 50. That one a 19-yarder. Nebraska leads for the first time today. Bo Pelini says to play great defense, you have to execute play after play. Tyrod Taylor over the middle again. It is caught by Danny Cole with Prince Amukamara draped all over him. We have a King on Virginia Tech side. We have a Prince playing for Nebraska today.
That was a heck of a play right there. Amukamara is right on top of him. But Cole understands body position. You watched him at practice the other day. He just understands how to be a receiver. And some guys are trying to learn in that part. He uses his body very, very well.
Led their team in catches last year with 36, the school freshman reception record. Now a sophomore from Lexington, Virginia. Ryan Williams threw a big hole.
Nice, broke them off.
And the Prince made the tackle. Amukamara saving the touchdown at the 26-yard line. Well, Ryan Williams was candid with us yesterday. He said, I don't have blazing clock speed around 4.5 plus in the 40, but he said, I'm pretty fast with the ball in my hands.
Well, what he does, watch him break off the safety. Matt O'Hanlon's going to come across right here. Boom! Sticks that foot back inside, and it's off to the races.
The only guy I've ever seen faster than David Wilson is Percy Harvin. And Ryan said, I ran track in high school against Percy Harvin. You said, how'd you do? He said, I quit track after I raced Percy Harvin. He said, if there are guys that fast, I don't want to be a track guy anymore.
That's called the realist.
Harvin started Florida, now in the NFL with the Minnesota Vikings. Play clock down to 4. 2nd and 12. Here's the former track athlete, Ryan Williams, down to the 22.
This is an impressive kid. I don't think a lot of people, they don't know about him because he's just getting started. But you can take a good look at him there. You can see where he's from, and he likes his piercings and tattoos and all that stuff. But what impresses me about Ryan Williams is he's a mature kid. I mean, even last night, again, we go back to that thing. All he wanted to talk to me about is 2:30 in the morning. He wants to talk about Walter Payton, his idol. But more than that, he was just ready for the game.
Taylor on 3rd down, and it is batted down. Ndamukong Suh making his presence felt again. Brian Steinspring calls him a disruptor, and that's just what he did.
Yeah, and he's every play. I mean, you're playing a guy like Ndamukong Suh. You can see him right here, number 93. You have to be prepared for him all game long. And he's just going to take Brooks and just walks him back. You get a guy like this, he's a powerful guy who plays with excellent leverage and very good violent hands. That's what I like about him.
There's Matt Waldron. trying to give Tech the lead, and he does with a 39-yard field goal. It's the third year in a row they have a new fifth-year senior walk-on kicker. Participated in a celebrity race at Bristol, which is not far from here. Here's Roy Halou Jr. breaking free. He revved his engine all the way to the 40-yard line of Virginia Tech. 31-yard run, and they're getting Halou going here in the second quarter.
And a nice block outside by Niles Paul, but that whole thing, that comes down to Eddie Whitley. He's got to make that tackle, and Halou just ran right through the tackle. Well done by Halou.
The rushing game came on the second half of last year. 7 of their last 8 regular season games entering today, they've rushed for 200 yards. We saw them early last year against Virginia Tech. They had trouble rushing the ball 5 feet. Deep down the middle and incomplete, and a flag thrown.
Barkwell Rivers was running stride for stride.
That ball had no chance of being completed. It was overthrown. Intended for Kerensky-Gillian.
Pass interference, number 52, defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
That looks like a tough call.
Wow.
Yeah, he's just going to run with Gillian right down the middle of that, right down the hole. Look at him right down here. He's just running. See, Gillian has his hand going back, and then Rivers has his hand on his arm. And it looks like that's what they called, but
you wonder who's holding whom there.
Exactly.
It was called against Rivers, and it puts them in field goal territory now. The chance to reclaim the lead before the half. They want the touchdown. Minute 46 to go. Halou with a blitz coming. Got 2 to the 23. Second and 8. After no yards in the first quarter, 150 here in the second for Nebraska. And Halou bang back. Couldn't find a hole. He ran into Cam Chancellor. Forward progress to the 20, and the clock will run under a minute to go.
It had a chance, but Chancellor came out of that safety spot and read it. But they're going to come down to get a nice block right here. Now you have to replace. He beat the block of the other outside receiver, Holt, and he came through and just poof. Nice aggressive job.
3rd down and 6. Nebraska wants to be at the line and ready to go with between 15 and 20 seconds on the play clock to give Lee time. They've been a little slow today. 4 seconds to snap it. Under 30 seconds in the half. Lee had to throw it away. Looking in the direction of Niles Paul. Jason Worlds with the heavy rush.
He's been getting pressure. He's been getting it all day, and he's coming off the edge. You watch him, number 6. Weird number for a pass rusher. But hey, that's the NCAA, and you're going to watch him right here. Go back inside. You can never be an effective outside rusher without taking the inside. He understands that, and he's effective.
Alex Henry to put them on top again. 38-yard field goal. They could save time. Just put the 3 points on the board for Nebraska if it's inside 50 yards. Halou's been the star on offense for Nebraska. Sue on defense. Neither team has scored in the second half. Halou's up to 196 total yards, including 33 receiving. 3rd down and 6. From their own 40, Zach Lee has some time. Has a man wide open behind the defense. Kerensky-Gillian out of bounds at the 25. And if that had been able to be a more accurate throw, it's going to be a touchdown.
Well, they must have just blown the coverage because he was down there they just turned it over to the safety, but the safety you saw ran right past you. Looks like they just they blew that thing. But he got his feet down, he had control, and it's a big first down.
If he could have turned and stayed in bounds, there was nobody behind him for Virginia Tech. First catch of the day for Kerensky. 35-yard gain. Now they're in field goal range. And a touchdown with the extra point would just about put this one out of reach. Roy Halou tripped up after a run to the 24-yard line by Barkwell Rivers and Jake Johnson.
And this is where Nebraska has stalled all game long. Right down here in the red zone. They've had to settle for the 4 field goals. And credit to the Virginia Tech defense because they've come up big down here. Last time the flag beat them and pushed them back. Now it's on them right here.
Under 6 minutes to go. Virginia Tech has all of its timeouts left. And this defense played valiantly all day. They cannot allow a touchdown here. It's just about game over. Here it goes to a 9-point lead for Nebraska. Halou. Tackled by Nikos Brown, son of Chuck Brown, known as the godfather of go-go.
Going to be it's a big third down. Big third down for both sides. And you can see that's a new career high. So Halou to a new career high.
4 yards better than the total they put on Colorado. But a lot of key third downs today. Each team's had 15 third down plays, and they're both 6 out of 15 for the day. 3rd and 3. Halou. Can he get away? No. Stopped by Rashad Carmichael with help from Jason Worlds. Lost 2 yards on the play.
Sean Carmichael made the tackle, but the play was made on the front side. Nice job of forcing it to cut back. Nikos Brown was there. And Halou had to cut everything all the way back. And then Carmichael made the tackle for the loss and sets up another field goal. Good red zone defense again by the Hokies.
Henry's 4 for 4 today. 31 out of 35 in his career. Now he's 5 for 5 today. A 38-yard field goal. Made 19 straight from under 50 yards. But it's still a 1-score game with 4.5 to go.
Right now, and I'm going to credit the Nebraska defense because they've done everything they've been asked to do, and it starts up front again. Ndamukong Suh, Ndamukong, the Dominator. He's played a whale of a football game.
Setting up a screen. Nebraska read it well. You can see them stop the rush, and Larry Asante made the tackle. Part of this defense. He's a Virginia native from Alexandria. He said he has about 40 tickets here today for friends and family members.
What they're seeing is a good effort out of Asante. He's made a lot of good tackles, and his coverage has been impeccable.
Yet another critical third down. 3rd down and 4. 3.5 minutes to go. Taylor steered it to Greg Boone, the tight end, for the first down. That was not a particularly confident throw, but he got it there, and with just enough to move the chains for just the 2nd time in this half.
Well, you're just going to watch Boone. He's just working on the backer right there, and he just powers right there. See there? Just a simple go down, get by the sticks, and then make sure he falls forward.
283-pound tight end, former quarterback in high school. Taylor pulled it down, zings one, good catch. Derek Boykin on a ball thrown a little bit behind him, out to the 45-yard line, and a first down with 3 minutes to go. A gain of 14, and they'll come up quickly.
And they're going a little bit of a hurry up, if that's all Boykin. That ball was thrown a little bit behind, and he does a great job with his body to come back and catch it.
And with those gigantic hands Holly told us about earlier.
Comes a blitz off the edge.
And they run it up the middle with Ryan Williams for a gain of 1. The field goal really doesn't do Virginia Tech any good here with under 3 minutes to go. It'll be under 2.5 when they next snap it. They have all their timeouts left.
Trying to go with a hurry up so Nebraska can't make any kind of changes.
Fingernails in short supply here at Lane Stadium. Low throw, it's caught, and now ruled incomplete. Jared Boykin, the crowd thought he had it, but the officials ruled no catch, covered by the Virginia native Larry Asante.
Asante's right there on top. Again, they've been bringing some pressure here. They're bringing pressure on Taylor. He's getting good protection.
Playing defense reminiscent of the famed black shirts in Lincoln.
Here comes more pressure.
A blitz, well picked up, and some contact as that pass was incomplete. There was bumping between Amukamara and Jarrett Boykin, and no flag thrown, to the chagrin of the Hokie fans and the coaching staff, as Frank Beamer was several steps out on the field to holler at the officials.
Watch him up top. There's Boykin. There's the. That should have been a flag.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's got to be a flag. And there goes 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
Why not?
They brought pressure the last three downs. Let's see if they do it again. And here it comes.
46. It is a blitz again.
Well protected.
Taylor saw a seam, and now he throws. Incomplete. He had Dyrell Roberts open, and if he hit him in stride, it was a touchdown.
They gambled. Nebraska came with the pressure. Tyrod Taylor uses his feet to get away from the pressure and creates this. Here's the opening right there. It's wide open. Make the throw and catch. You've got to catch that ball.
Lee takes off running. A first down would just about do it. He stops short. And now Bo Pelini has a decision to make on 4th down, about 1.5 yards. Last time out used by Virginia Tech.
Now you pin them back.
Yeah, punt.
You try to kick this thing into the corner and try to pin him on the sideline, and then you let this Ndamukong Suh kind of take over like he's done the whole game. Defense for Nebraska has just played outstanding football. They came out with that opening drive and gave up 7, and past that there's been nothing else. It's been all Nebraska defense, and that man's been the leader right there.
Let's welcome back in Holly Rowe.
Well, guys, after Nebraska's first game, their coach Bo Pelini basically called the defense soft. And Ndamukong Suh told us this week, Coach said we were out there playing patty cake. We weren't physical enough. Our pad level was bad. We played too high. And they really took it to heart. They were better last week, but boy, have they been after it today, guys. You got to think that Bo Pelini won't call this defense soft after the performance they've put on today.
And Bo Pelini does have the punting unit out there. Why give this Virginia Tech offense a short field? Make them drive as much of the field as you can. Now, of course, with Beamer ball, you better make sure you block if you're Nebraska. And they do. Henry knows to get rid of it quickly, and a great punt. Out of bounds near the 10.
Inside the 20, exactly what you need to do. Now you make them drive the field because they need 6.
Well, Bo Pelini said yesterday that Alex Henry is a rock star. He talked about the environment playing here. He said he knew at least one guy who wouldn't be rattled by it, Mike Kicker.
I don't think Bo had good confidence coming into this game. He knew that if his team played to its capabilities, they had a great shot to win this game. He's right on the money.
And he said last year when Virginia Tech came to Lincoln, he didn't think his team really believed they could win against a team of that caliber. He says now we expect to come here and win this game.
Too many men on the field.
That's another way to play great
Nebraska
defense.
Dead ball, illegal substitution. Defense, more than 11 players on the field without substituting. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
And you wonder if they had 7 or 8 men on the field if Virginia Tech would score.
Well, it all comes down to this. So regardless of what's happened, you know, for the first 58 minutes, now is the game. Good protection.
And Taylor, just as it looked like he was going to escape, got tripped up from behind, and the clock goes ticking. Jared Crick tripped him up. Under a minute and a half to go. No timeouts for Virginia Tech. Need to go another 84 yards to win the game. Taylor looking desperately, now throws it deep, has a man open.
Unbelievable.
Danny Cole all the way out of bounds at the 3. He did not get in.
Like we said, 58 minutes. It doesn't matter. It comes down to right now. Watch the protection first. Good job, and then Tyrod Taylor makes the play, both with his arm and with his feet. Watch right here. He's going to create a little bit, buy some time, and then spots Coale down the right sideline, and then it's just a race.
Matt O'Hanlon hustled back to make the tackle, and that could be huge with as difficult as yards have been to get for Virginia Tech. This could be a game saver. He clearly was out of bounds before he got in the end zone. They had 57 yards of offense. There he is on the sideline. The ball nowhere near the end zone yet. The crowd's roaring, but his foot is on the sideline. Can they score the touchdown? First and goal from the 3. They did not move the ball forward. They blitz Taylor, and he is taken down back at the 10-yard line. And it's O'Hanlon again. And they're going to spot it at the 11. No timeouts left. Under a minute to go. Boy, you have to wonder about that call. You had Williams pounding it forward from time to time today. And they run a play that runs the risk of a big loss, and that's what happened. And they're taking time as well.
Pressure again off the right side.
And Taylor forced to scramble. Will he throw it away? He throws it up for grabs. Incomplete over the head of Greg Boone. 3rd and goal from the 11. Virginia Tech down by 5 with 33 seconds to go and no timeouts for either team.
Matt O'Hanlon, though, 2 outstanding plays. I mean, what a great job to run him down. And then they come on the pressure, and he makes the sack. And of course, now you're down to 3rd and goal from the 11-yard line.
This Nebraska defense has played valiantly all day. One colossal breakdown, but now can they cover it up with a stand in the final minute? Taylor, design roll to the left, now comes back to the right. Waving receivers around, nobody open, running out of time, finally throws, and it is gone! Touchdown, Dyrell Roberts!
This is all Tyrod Taylor. Again, he's buying time with his feet. Now what happens when you're as a defender, you try to start to roll to him. But this is just, this turns into just schoolyard football. And when you start to roll like this, you have to plaster. And that's what Prince Amukamara does in the back. See him in the back of the end zone. And now, Dyrell Roberts, he stops and goes the other way, and just that little bit is able to get the score because Amukamara is right there to bat that ball away.
Alex Henry has a strong leg. His career-long field goal is 57 yards. They'd love a big return from Rex Burkhead or Niles Paul. No timeouts for Nebraska. And a good kick. Burkhead's a true freshman with good speed. And he is chopped down shy of the 15 by Zach Luckett. Let's send you back to New York and get an update. From the 10, 12 seconds to go. 3 receivers were to the left of Lee, 1 to the right. Now he's just going to hope for the miracle. And it is batted around and intercepted. Rashad Carmichael will run out the final seconds. One of the most dramatic wins ever at Lane Stadium for Virginia Tech. The Hokies with the win avoid losing 2 of their first 3 games for the first time since 1995 when they started 0-2, and Nebraska will have to wait for another day to get that long anticipated win on the road against the top 20 team.
Taylor was the ACC Championship Game MVP both in 2008 and 2010. In 2010, he was also the Conference Player of the Year. Now he has a pretty good gig as well. He's the backup quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens, which means he has a Super Bowl ring from last season. Thanks for watching another Throwback Thursday game here on the ACC Digital Network, brought to you by Ruby Tuesday. I'm Jeff Fischel.